They can read you faster than you think, not because they're smart, because you're predictable. One reaction, one unnecessary word, one rushed move, and your entire position is exposed. That's how control is lost, not in big moments, but in small leaks you don't even notice. You speak too early, you react too quickly, you show more than you should, and from that point, the outcome is no longer yours. Niccolò Machiavelli built his strategy on one principle: never let others see your full position before you act. In this video, you'll understand why staying calm gives you control, why silence hides your advantage, and why timing decides everything before the move even happens. Watch closely, because once you see this pattern, you'll realize how easily control was taken from you before. The calm advantage, why emotional control makes you untouchable. Emotional control is not about staying calm, it is about refusing to be controlled. Most men misunderstand this completely. They think calmness is passive, soft, or submissive. In reality, it is one of the most aggressive forms of power a man can develop, because it removes access. And access is what people are always searching for. Every interaction carries pressure beneath the surface. Words, tone, behavior, timing, all of it is designed to get a reaction. Not always consciously, but consistently. Because the moment someone can move your emotions, they gain influence over your decisions. That is the hidden game. From a Machiavellian perspective, emotional exposure is a liability. The more visible your reactions are, the easier it becomes to understand you. And once someone understands your triggers, your behavior becomes predictable. Predictability destroys power. Watch how this plays out in real situations. A comment is made, a tone shifts, a small sign of disrespect appears. Most men react instantly. Their expression changes, their energy shifts, their response becomes emotion, and in that moment, they lose position. Because now they have revealed something valuable. They have shown what affects them, and what affects you can be used against you. The man who operates differently does not give that access. He feels everything, but reveals nothing. He observes without reacting, processes without exposing, and responds only when it serves his position. That gap between stimulus and response is where control is established, and control changes the entire dynamic. Because when people cannot read you, they cannot predict you. When they cannot predict you, they cannot influence you. That uncertainty creates pressure on them instead of you. Now they are the ones adjusting, calculating, trying to understand where they stand. And you remain still. That stillness is not weakness, it is dominance without noise. Most men will never reach this level because they mistake emotional expression for authenticity. They believe reacting proves strength. It doesn't. It proves exposure. The man who masters calm operates differently. He does not suppress emotion. He controls its release. He decides what is shown and what remains hidden. That decision makes him unpredictable. And unpredictability creates power. Because once people realize they cannot move you, they lose their ability to control you. The hidden mind, why thinking in silence creates strategic power. Most men speak while they think. That's why they lose control before they even realize it. Every word they say reveals something. Intentions, doubts, plans, reactions, all exposed in real time. It feels natural, but it destroys positioning. Because once your thinking is visible, it can be tracked. And once it can be tracked, it can be countered. This is where silence becomes dangerous. The man who thinks without speaking operates on a different level. He processes everything internally without giving others access to his direction. No signals, no early moves, no unnecessary exposure. Nothing leaks. That absence of information creates imbalance instantly. Because while others are revealing themselves, you are collecting. Every detail, every reaction, every shift in tone becomes data. And the more they speak, the more they expose patterns they don't even know they have. That is where advantage builds. Watch how interactions change when one side is silent. The other person fills the gap. They talk more, explain more, justify more. They try to control the direction, but in doing so, they give away everything you need to understand them, and you remain unreadable. That contrast creates pressure, because humans are uncomfortable with silence. They want feedback, confirmation, something to anchor themselves to. When they don't get it, they start adjusting their behavior to force a response. And that is where mistakes happen. Too much information, too much exposure, too much effort to regain control, while you stay still. The man who understands this does not rush to express his thoughts. He refines them first. He allows others to reveal their position completely before showing even a fraction of his own. That delay creates precision, because now your words are not reactions. They are calculated moves. Each sentence is placed, not released. Each response has direction, not emotion. That is the difference. Most men use words to react. You use them to control. Over time, this creates a reputation without explanation. People feel that you are harder to read, harder to predict, harder to influence, not because you are silent all the time, but because you choose when to speak. And choice is power, because when your thoughts remain hidden until the right moment, your actions land with far more impact than anything said too early. Type "move in silence" in the comments, and subscribe if you're done being predictable. The unseen presence. Why moving quietly removes resistance. Noise creates resistance. The moment your movement becomes visible, it becomes targetable. Most men announce before they act. They talk about plans, signal intentions, hint at direction. It feels like confidence, but in reality, it creates friction before the move even happens. Because once people see where you're going, they react, they question, they interfere. They position themselves against you, not always openly, but strategically. This is why silent movement is power. In the logic of the prince, power is never displayed before it is secured. A ruler who reveals his intentions too early invites opposition before he is ready to handle it. The same applies here. Exposure creates resistance. Silence removes it. The man who moves quietly does not announce direction. He does not seek validation, approval, or attention. He builds, adjusts, and positions himself without giving others the opportunity to react. Nothing to track, nothing to stop. That absence of visibility changes everything, because when people don't see your movement, they cannot prepare against it. They remain unaware while you advance. By the time your position becomes visible, it is already established, and at that point, resistance is useless. Watch how this plays out in real situations. A man speaks about his plans constantly. People smile, agree, but internally they measure him. Some doubt him, some compete, some quietly wait for him to fail. Now compare that to the man who says nothing. No signals, no announcements. He disappears into action, and when results appear, they come without warning. No build-up, no expectation, no time for others to adjust. That creates impact, because surprise removes defense. Machiavelli's thinking operates on this exact principle. Visibility before execution creates vulnerability. Concealment before action creates control. The less people know about your movement, the less power they have over it. This is not about isolation. It is about control of information, because information is leverage. The man who reveals everything gives others the ability to interfere. The man who reveals nothing controls the timing of every interaction. That timing is where dominance is established. Over time, this creates a presence that feels difficult to read. People cannot predict your next move. They cannot prepare for it. They cannot position themselves against it. And that uncertainty changes how they deal with you. Less interference, less resistance, more space to move. Because the moment your movement becomes invisible, your progress becomes unstoppable. The information game, why observing more than you speak, gives you control. You don't gain control by talking better. You gain it by seeing what others miss. Most conversations are not balanced exchanges. They are uneven. One side reveals more than it realizes, while the other either misses it or uses it. That difference decides control. People leak information constantly, not just through words but through hesitation, tone shifts, pacing, and what they choose to emphasize. The way someone explains something, the way they defend it, the way they avoid certain details. All of it forms a pattern, and patterns expose structure. Machiavelli placed value on understanding people rather than impressing them. The man who reads others clearly does not need to dominate the room. He positions himself with awareness and lets others reveal everything necessary. That is where the shift begins. Instead of trying to be understood, you focus on understanding. That alone changes your position completely, because now you are not reacting, you are observing, and observation creates advantage. When you reduce how much you speak, something interesting happens. Others begin to fill the space. They explain more, justify more, and often expose details they never intended to share. What feels like normal conversation to them becomes information for you. That is where leverage builds, because every extra detail makes their behavior easier to predict. Meanwhile, your presence remains controlled, not silent without purpose, but selective. You speak only when necessary, and when you do, it is intentional. No wasted words, no emotional leakage, no unnecessary explanation. That contrast creates imbalance. They are revealing, you are reading, and in that imbalance, control shifts naturally. Because once you understand someone's pattern, you no longer need to guess their next move. You can anticipate it. You can position yourself before it happens. That is where real advantage exists. Most men lose this advantage because they are driven by the need to be heard. They speak to prove value, to show intelligence, to maintain presence. But in doing so, they give away the one thing that creates control: information. The man who operates differently protects that. He listens more than he speaks. He observes more than he reacts. And over time, that behavior creates something powerful. People become easier to read and harder to control you. The patience weapon. Why waiting increases your power over others. Speed feels powerful. It creates the illusion of control, as if acting quickly means you are ahead of the situation. Most men rely on this instinct. They respond fast, decide fast, and move fast. Not because it is strategic, but because they want to remove uncertainty. That urgency exposes something: impatience. And impatience can be used against you. The man who waits operates differently. He does not rush to resolve the moment. He allows it to unfold, without forcing direction. Not passive, controlled. That delay shifts everything, because the one who moves first reveals intention. They show priorities, limits, and direction through their actions. The speed of their decision, the way they react, the pressure they apply, all of it becomes visible. And visibility creates vulnerability. Machiavelli valued timing over impulse. Acting at the correct moment creates advantage, while acting too early creates exposure. The difference is not effort. It is patience combined with awareness. Observe how this plays out. Two people face the same situation. One rushes to respond, trying to control the outcome immediately. The other holds position, watches, and lets more information surface. The first commits early. The second gathers clarity. That difference changes everything, because once you commit too soon, your options shrink. You are locked into a direction while the other person still has flexibility. And flexibility creates control. The one who waits does not lose time. He gains precision. Each moment reveals more. Reactions become clearer, intentions surface, and weak points appear without force. Now the decision is not based on assumption. It is based on structure. Most men avoid this because waiting creates tension. It feels uncomfortable, uncertain, and slow. Acting quickly feels decisive, while patience feels like hesitation. But that discomfort is where advantage forms. Because while others rush to escape pressure, you let it work for you. You allow them to reveal more, commit more, and limit themselves without interference. That is where power builds. When you finally move, it is not reactive. It is exact. No wasted motion, no adjustment needed. Just execution at the moment where outcome is already shaped. And once that pattern becomes consistent, you are no longer reacting to situations. You are deciding them. Hit like and comment no reaction if you stay unreadable. The precision strike, why timing matters more than strength. Force without timing fails quietly. It looks powerful, but it rarely lands where it matters. Most men believe strength decides outcomes. More effort, more pressure, more intensity. They push harder, thinking impact comes from force alone. But force without precision is waste, and waste weakens position. The difference appears in execution. One man moves as soon as he can. The other waits until the moment becomes vulnerable. Both act, but only one lands effectively. That gap is timing. Niccolò Machiavelli focused on calculated action rather than visible strength. A move made at the wrong moment creates resistance. The same move made at the right moment meets little opposition. The action is identical. The timing changes everything. Watch how this unfolds. Pressure builds in a situation. Most react early, trying to control it before it develops further. They push, speak, act, and meet resistance immediately. The situation hardens against them because they moved too soon. The man who operates differently does not chase the moment. He studies it. He waits for alignment. He watches for the point where resistance drops and exposure increases. Then he acts. That single adjustment creates impact because now the action does not collide with force. It passes through weakness. Most men miss this because they confuse activity with effectiveness. They believe doing more creates better results. In reality, doing the right thing at the wrong time produces nothing. Timing converts effort into outcome. Without it, strength becomes inefficient. The man who understands this does not waste movement. He reduces unnecessary action and focuses on precision. Every step has direction. Every move has purpose. Nothing rushed, nothing random. When he finally acts, it feels effortless from the outside. Not because it was easy, but because it was placed correctly. That placement is what creates dominance, because others are still pushing against resistance, while you are moving where resistance no longer exists. Over time, this creates a clear separation. One side relies on force, the other relies on timing, and the one who controls timing does not need to be stronger. He only needs to be accurate, because accuracy at the right moment overpowers strength used at the wrong one. The power illusion, why showing less makes you appear more dangerous. Power is rarely what people see. It's what they can't confirm. Most men try to display strength openly. They speak about plans, show capability, prove value, signal confidence. It feels like dominance, but it creates something else. Clarity. And clarity reduces fear. When people understand you completely, they know where you stand, what you can do, and how far you're willing to go. That knowledge makes you easier to predict and easier to handle. Predictability removes threat. The dynamic shifts when visibility decreases. The man who shows less forces others to guess. They don't know his limits, his intentions, or his next move. That uncertainty creates tension without any effort from him. And tension creates perception. Niccolò Machiavelli understood that perceived power often outweighs visible strength. When people are unsure about your capabilities, they assume more than what is shown. And assumption amplifies your presence beyond reality. That is the illusion, not fake, controlled. Because what is hidden invites interpretation. Watch how this plays out. One man constantly proves himself. He explains, demonstrates, and reassures. Everyone understands him clearly. Another reveals very little. He speaks selectively, moves quietly, and leaves gaps in information. Now compare the reactions. The first is understood. The second is questioned. And questioning creates caution. Because when people cannot define you, they cannot measure risk accurately. They begin to assume higher capability than what is visible. They become more careful, more calculated, more restrained. That restraint is power. Most men avoid this because they feel the need to prove themselves. They want recognition, validation, confirmation that they are respected. But in doing so, they remove the very thing that creates presence: uncertainty. The man who operates strategically does the opposite. He does not rush to display strength. He allows perception to build naturally through limited exposure. He controls what is shown and, more importantly, what is not. That control shapes how others see him. Because people do not react to reality. They react to what they believe is possible. And belief is strongest when information is incomplete. Over time, this creates a presence that feels heavier than it looks. Not loud, not obvious, but difficult to challenge. Because when someone cannot fully read you, they assume there is more behind what they see. The Machiavelli Method: how calm, silence, and timing create absolute control. Power is not built from one trait. It comes from how multiple elements work together. Most men try to rely on a single strength. Some focus on confidence, others on intelligence, others on aggression. But isolated traits are easy to read, and anything easy to read can be managed. That is why they fail to hold control. The real shift happens when calm, silence, and timing combine into one system, not separately, together, because each one covers the weakness of the other. Calm removes emotional exposure. You are no longer easy to provoke or destabilize. Situations do not control your state. Silence removes informational exposure. You are no longer easy to read or predict. People cannot map your intentions. Timing removes strategic exposure. You are no longer acting randomly or prematurely. Your actions land when they are most effective, individually. Each one creates advantage. Combined, they create control. Machiavelli's philosophy was built on this alignment. Not just strength, not just intelligence, but calculated behavior that controls perception, information, and execution at the same time. That is the method. Most men operate in fragments. They stay calm sometimes but reveal too much. They stay silent sometimes but act too early. They wait sometimes but react emotionally. There is no consistency, and inconsistency breaks control. The man who applies this system operates differently. He remains composed under pressure, but not passive. He observes without exposing, but not disconnected. He acts with precision, but not hesitation. Everything is aligned. That alignment changes how others experience you. They cannot provoke you. They cannot read you. They cannot predict you. And when those three elements disappear, control shifts completely, because influence requires access. If no one can reach your emotions, understand your intentions, or anticipate your actions, they lose the ability to position themselves against you. That is absolute control. Not loud, not obvious, but impossible to break once established. Over time, this becomes your default way of operating. Not something you force, but something you maintain naturally. Situations do not move you. People do not disturb you. Pressure does not change your direction. Everything remains stable under your control. And once that level is reached, you are no longer reacting to the world. You are shaping how the world responds to you. You've seen how control actually works. Not the version people talk about, but the one they miss completely. It's not built through constant action, constant talking, or trying to dominate every moment. It's built through discipline over what you reveal, when you reveal it, and why you reveal it. Because the moment your emotions become visible, your position weakens. The moment your intentions become obvious, your direction can be countered. The moment your timing becomes predictable, your actions lose impact. That is where most men lose without realizing it. But once you remove those openings, everything changes. Your presence becomes harder to read. Your behavior becomes harder to predict. Your decisions begin to land with more precision, because they are no longer rushed or exposed too early. And when that happens, people adjust around you instead of you adjusting around them. If this shifted your perspective, don't leave it here. Hit like so this reaches others who are still giving away control without noticing it. Comment locked in if you're stepping into a more controlled way of operating. Subscribe if you're serious about building real strategic power, and share this with someone who still confuses reaction with strength. Stay composed, stay deliberate, and make sure your next move is seen only when it can't be stopped.